This is Deb Helfrich, hashtag Redheaded She-Hulk. Today we are rocking, not especially well, the Ruby Rod hairstyle of Chris Tucker in The Fifth Element. Because you know what? I'm the fifth force. Oh, dear me, oh my. Let me pull it down. I don't know, this should have not taken quite so long. Oh well. All right, look. It comes down to this. I used my thinking equipment, my background as a philosopher, to surf all of the bleeding edge information on the internet, avoiding anything fake and non-valid philosophically. And I came up with a way to talk about human health that busts all of the disease care, accountant managed paradigms of human health that are causing ever escalating chronic disease. Let's not get it twisted. Western medicine, look, in an acute situation, any sort of injury, well done, y'all. But in the triage, here's all the ways that humans are identical, we've neglected to realize that chronic disease is very personal. Chronic conditions have everything to do with unique childhood circumstances, and then all of the rare things, lived experiences that have happened to every individual. Can't treat that the exact same way. There are certain principles that may be the case, but look, we're not getting the foundation of what causes chronic disease correct. We're using biochemistry to treat something, some kind of condition, that has a great deal of interconnection with what's happening in our mental processes. The mind-body connection is crucial. You're seeing this more and more and more for every chronic disease. Now, I've got a little insight here that I'm sure you've not really heard before, but if you're paying attention, this might explain things. What we're getting wrong about human health is environmental. Chronic disease is enviro-mental. Mental health is enviro-mental. We're blaming individuals for being treated for things that are complexly unique to them in a standard way, and for them not getting well. We're blaming individuals for the poisonous effects of the health ramifications of rampant industrialization and hyper-digitalization since the 80s. The major work on change, called Switch by Chip and Dan Heath, the Heath brothers point out that you cannot change anything if you do not address the elements of the environment causing your problems. You can't just take some scoops of protein powder and be more fully nutrated, just like you can't take in multivitamin and all these kinds of things. These remedies are so prominent because people can make money selling them to you. But I'm not the first person to say most supplementation is expensive piss. How do you know? What data do you have that your body needs these things? What data do you have that your body can deal with all the fillers that cause all these shelf-stable pills to be able to be distributed? And it's just, we're really in a bind as far as believing the hype of the advertisements versus the truth of our own body. Now, this may end abruptly. That's because I'm being punished for having financial constraints in a pandemic by my landlady, who likes to turn off the internet access, because that's exactly the way that I'm going to be able to make more money, being disconnected from the internet on her whim. So I've heard her walk around upstairs, and that'll explain it if this now turns off without me saying my standard ending. So what this card is all about is wanting to talk very specifically about the chronobiology of chronic disease, and how nearly everyone in the US of hypocrisy is suffering from the onslaught of a Terminator type existence when it comes to environmental stressors. They'll be back. We've got global warming. We've got all of these chemicals. Now, you rarely hear anything about the damage of chemical sensitivity, the chemical sense, the byproducts of combustion. But everyone I talk to about the fact that I had to become a hermit for a decade because the world made me sick when I would go out. Everybody not only identifies and commiserates, they start telling me about all the things that they're sensitive to. But they've been taught to ignore the truth of their own body. Now, why I talk about chronobiology is we all know we're sleep deprived. We all know that sleep is important, but let me tell you something. Have you really understood that sleep is when your body heals? If you don't give your body a sufficient quantity of sleep to complete its healing processes every night, you're in a chronic disease state. The book Why We Sleep by UC Berkeley sleep researcher Matthew Walker it's crucial. But let me tell you something that even Matthew doesn't know. The way I've stayed alive is by implementing a strategy of hibernation. Because the chemicals would make me so ill, walking into any office building over the past 20 years, I had to make my way across a moat of cigarette smoke. We all know this. There's signs saying be 10 or 20 or whatever feet away, right above everyone smoking. Nobody, the signs, the laws, no, I've never seen the smoking enforced. I have asked many receptionists and security guards. They're not going to do it. The police are certainly not going to do it. They're too busy putting knees on Black people. Our society picks and chooses what laws matter to it. Making more legislation is not going to solve racism. Fixing human health, especially human mental fitness, is. We need every single one of us thinking clearly about what skin is. Our skin is the same. Yes, there are different densities of melanin, but skin is skin. The role of melanin exists for all of us. Of course, I'm melanated. Mine's pretty patterned. And freckles. Quite like the patterns of giraffes, eh? And that is melanin. Most life contains melanin. So why are we talking about Black versus white and saying Black people are melanated? Almost all life is melanated. If you Wikipedia that, they'll basically call out spiders as not being melanated. There's your arachnophobia. They don't have melanin. And I'm definitely much more non-spidery than even snaky. Spiders do not, oh, they don't get, I find that I'm wholly coherent. And that's what that tangent is all about. Listen to yourself. When the thought of spiders like literally make you lose your track of thought, okay, really important point. What else makes you lose your track of thought? Certain people in your life, I bet they do. Certain tasks at your job, maybe even everything about your job. Maybe like you've got the Sunday night digestive shutdown, lack of sleep, whatever. Now, we all ignore these things because, well, we got to go to the job. There's the fundamental rub about why chronic disease is escalating across the globe, but most especially in the US of hypocrisy. Work is killing us. Work is designed to make humans into widgets, assembly line cogs who work week after week, 40 hours a week, doing the same repetitive tasks over and over and over again. You get judged every now and again. Now and again, you'll get some training. But mostly, it is the mind-numbing repetitiveness of work. Don't argue with me. Where's your creativity? Where can you spontaneously just go move around? Do a little bit like, this is not working, I'm going to dance now. Dancing, creative movement, listening to music, bringing these concepts into your daily existence frequently will optimize your health in ways that you cannot understand right now. Because the environment is crucial. And when you process stress through dancing, singing, thinking through your emotions based on how music moves you, you'll be finding you sleep better. And sleep, we know about rest and digest, we know about fight and flight. So in the sympathetic nervous system, when you're in fight or flight or freeze, you are losing the capacity for your body to attend to any of its standard maintenance, healing. To be in rest and digest mode, parasympathetic nervous system mode, you're no longer triggered, but you're not in active healing. In order to be in active healing, to run serious processes that occur over time, taking away all of the toxins, taking away all of the cellular turnover that happens routinely, sleep. Delta brainwave sleep. Why is delta brainwave sleep so important? Well, it entrains the hertz, the rhythm of your heart and brain. There's some math for you, philosophically. To sleep is to heal. That's why, to me, the most crucial aspect of figuring out how to help your own health is to prioritize your chronobiology. If you're a night owl having to wake up really early in the morning and put all your best efforts in first thing, you're likely not optimizing any part of your life. Now that we're at home, one of the most crucial things you can do is not bring that notification terminator into your bedroom. You might call it a smartphone, I call it a dumb phone. Those notifications are stressing your body out in ways that you cannot imagine. And if it's robbing you of sleep, you are basically ensuring that you are living in a challenged state. And in a pandemic-altered world, you need to be mentally fit and physically well in order to figure out how to adapt for your own and your family's best interests. So this has been Deb Halfrich. This has been some well-being philosophy, Socratic monologues. I like to do them improv style as things occur to me because I'm going to tell you something. Your life force is your intention. Your soul is your attention and intention capacity. Living soulfully means that you are intentionally applying your attention. And your dumb phone is stealing your attention and hijacking your intention countless times a day. So to be fully well, the hashtag wellbeing philosophy strategy number uno is sleep. It heals a body in every way, shape, or form. This has been Deb Halfrich, offering some really crucial nuggets on how to take control of your health through your own thinking equipment. Prioritize your life to ensure you get quality sleep, and then monitor the results in your overall well-being. Sleep is the time when your body heals from this period of collective traumatization. Nothing's ever going to return to pre-March 2020 states. Some things may get better, but right now, all signs in the US of hypocrisy financially are that this country is going to end up burning because the love of money is far more prioritized than the care of people. Black people been telling us this for hundreds of years. We're about to understand what it felt like to be enslaved. Enslaved to a country where nobody matters if you do not have 8 zeros at your disposal. There's too many of us. 50 million Americans are going to get evicted the second Biden says they can. What is that going to do? How is that going to alter the fabric of this society? Don't let it happen. Get your sleep, be well, stop the madness. Harmony, y'all.